Warriors, it's Hanne here and happy end of October. As we approach the end of this month, I thought it'd be a really fun idea for me to share some of my October favourites, just to share some positive vibes, my recommendations, talk a little bit more about self-care. So if you enjoy this video, definitely make sure to give this a thumbs up. If you want to see more of them, let me know as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go and do so now. I also wanted to make this video because we're going into some colder weather, self-care is becoming more and more important, and because I'd say now it's sort of acceptable to start thinking about Christmas presents as well. The UK has actually been pushing Christmas products since September. I had my first mince pies in September, which I think is absolutely mad, but considering we're now approaching the end of October, it's sort of getting more acceptable. Let me know what you think below. Oh, and I'll obviously be sharing all of the links to some of these products in the description. If I've got any coupon codes, I'll be sharing them as well, so definitely check that out if you want to find yourself some good deals. Anyway, let's start with some self-care products, because I think self-care is the all-round most important category, and also because it's a big reminder to myself to take some time for self-care. At the start of October, I launched my 8-week program, and I have been living, eating, breathing, sleeping, everything, this program for a while now. Just because I am so damn excited. But just because I'm so excited doesn't mean I shouldn't also have some time to unwind and some time for myself. So let's dive into some of these self-care products. My go-to self-care activities include some fun hobbies, lots of reading, cooking, all of that fun jazz, but I want to start out by sharing a new product that I received in the post at the start of October. Namely, my new Bob and Brad massage gun. Here's what I think of it. The Bob and Brad massage gun is super lightweight, so if you're not worried about anyone wondering what that weirdly shaped product, vibrating product, in your bag is, I recommend taking it absolutely everywhere. You can obviously use it with someone else, you know, a partner, a friend, a pet. I think it's perfectly usable on your own as well. Just for those tight muscles, to give yourself a little massage, or if you're anything like me, at that time of the month where my lower back just absolutely kills me. There's something I find super relaxing about massages, about physical touch, and I think it can be super healing. However, going to see a masseuse every week can be pretty pricey. Forcing someone else to give you a massage every week can be pretty coercive. So just having this opportunity, this device to use on myself, I'm a happy girl. And honestly, I think even just the sound of it, I find it very relaxing in and of itself. I do also have a 10% coupon code, so go and check it out. On the topic of fun sounds, at the start of October, I also got myself an air fryer. Whilst my Yoyami air fryer is very, very noisy, it sounds like it's gonna take off every time I use it, it works perfectly. When I'm home alone and just want to roast up some things just for myself, if I want a quick lunch without spending too much time and effort and energy, it is my absolute go-to right now. There's 2 compartments, so it's definitely big enough for 2 or 3 or 4 people. But you can use each side, each compartment separately as well. I think especially if you don't like cooking that much or don't have that much time, it's a great gadget. And let's be honest, roasted veg, roasted tofu, roasted anything, that's the kind of things I crave as we start to go into colder weather. In addition to giving myself massages, cooking, baking, I love to read. If you know me, you know I've got my nose in the books pretty much 24/7 when I'm not at work. I recently finished Maybe You Should Talk to Someone by Lori Gottlieb, and absolutely loved it. This woman also has a podcast, Dear Therapist, which I've also gotten into. So if you want to know what goes on in your therapist's mind, I couldn't recommend this book enough. The next book is one I am currently reading, and it's called The Book of Fire. It's about the wildfires in Greece, and it so far has been absolutely heartbreaking. I've read some more books by this author, and I think her style, the way she exposes these problems, the emotions that come with it is absolutely extraordinary. So once again, highly, highly recommend this book as well. If you have any of your own book recommendations, my to be read list is growing constantly, but share them below. Another thing I cannot miss in my list of October favourites is series. Sometimes you just need something really chill to unwind at the end of the day. You don't want to be spending too much physical or mental energy on anything. I get it, days can be draining. And in that case, my go-to is to watch a Netflix series. I recently got recommended by one of my clients Live to 100, a docu-series on blue zones. I finished it yesterday and I loved it. It doesn't just talk about the standard exercise more and eat differently kind of advice that is shoved down our throats, but it also talks about the importance of community, laughing, having fun, dancing, socializing, and all of that jazz. So I kind of like looking into this kind of research anyway, but I think it's a very accessible kind of docu-series and I would highly, highly recommend it. On to the next category. Appearance, outfits, accessories. I think another really important part to feeling and being your best self. At the moment, I have been vibing a lot with wearing super comfortable clothes. These PJ bottoms haven't left my body except to go in the wash. And I can't emphasize enough the importance of just feeling comfortable in your clothes. At the same time, I don't like feeling like a slob. So 6 days out of 7, you'll probably see me with some jewelry. Regardless of my outfit, it just makes me feel more put together. Especially when I've got coaching calls and that top half of my body, not the pajama bottoms, are on display. So, as always, I will always, always, always recommend Ana Luisa. They are the best and most sustainable jewellery brand that I'm aware of, and if you haven't tried out any of their products, any of their earrings, necklaces, bracelets yet, I highly recommend that you do. I have got about 100 myself. When my pajama bottoms have been in the wash, there is one other outfit that I have been really vibing with, and that is this gym set by Cupshe. It's just given me really up in the clouds, dreamy kind of vibes that I simply cannot get enough of. I got this set over a year ago now, and it's unfortunately not available anymore, but they do have loads of other really nice outfits, clothes, and they're one of the few brands that I feel comfortable ordering online from because their sizing, it's pretty true to size, unlike a lot of other shops. So yeah, we've talked a lot about self-care and feeling your best without actually touching on nutrition. That is because I think what you eat isn't necessarily the most important thing, but it's nevertheless an important thing. First off, make sure you eat enough and you eat regularly so that your body knows that there's food coming in so that it can feel its best and give you consistent energy. But what you put in your body, yeah, I suppose there's a time and place to consider that too. This month I have been really getting into baking, so I've made myself some cookies, I've made a lemon loaf, I've baked granola, etc, etc. And the recipe I wanted to share with you is this particular granola recipe because it has honestly blown my socks off. I shared this on my channel before, I've shared it on Instagram, and I'm going to share it again. If you can get your hands on some buckwheat groats, some bananas, some peanut butter, They're all, you know, pretty accessible ingredients. Make this recipe. You will not regret it. Having said that, I don't always have the time or the headspace or the energy to cook and to bake, and sometimes I do love myself some easy go-tos. In terms of meals, for me that means meal prepping in advance, putting some things in the freezer, taking it out when needed. And in terms of snacks, it means relying on some more pre-made, packaged, store-bought snacks. My favourite is Eat Vive. And fun story, these Vive bars, back when I quit my 9 to 5 about a year ago, decided to travel to Spain by car, these are the things I absolutely lived on. They've got a range of flavours, and at the moment they're sending out their flavour of the month to me every single month because I was so hyped about them last year, so thank you. Honestly, as soon as the bars arrive, they are gone within the day, and I highly recommend them. They're super tasty. The final thing I have been loving to close off this little nutrition section is my home brewed kombucha. I am not normally a big fan of fizzy drinks, but for some reason kombucha really hits the spot. However, in shops it is super pricey, so I ordered myself a SCOBY off of Amazon. I'll leave a link to the one I got as well, and I have been brewing my own batches. If you decide to get your own SCOBY, definitely let me know. I have a foolproof procedure that I'm more than happy to send to you. Basically, I have been brewing my kombucha with green tea, then flavouring it, usually with ginger and a range of different fruits, and I've been loving it. Not only is it simply a super tasty drink, but it's also really good for my gut microbiome, so if you're struggling with any digestive issues, kombucha may be worth giving a go. The research on it is mainly anecdotal, but there's actually some proof coming out now, I believe. So try it, see if it works. It probably won't harm. Talk with your doctor just in case. But yeah, that is my October favourites. Definitely let me know what you thought of this style of video. I personally loved sharing my favourites, so if you have any of your own October favourites, if you have any book recommendations, definitely share them with me too. Take really good care as we are going into the colder months, and see you again next week for another video.